Luiz has an impressive professional background. He is the founder of Energy C in 2020, a platform connecting young professionals with the energy sector. His remarkable work has earned recognition. Excuse me. His work from the Ministry of Mines and Energy. He also serves as the body coordinator at AMBO, the Corporate Innovation Hub of Electrobras SF, and is a dedicated researcher at INSA, focusing on innovative energy projects in the Brazilian Northeast. Please welcome Luiz to the stage. And Luiz, please go.
Yes, first I will share my presentation just a second. And it's a little weird to talk in English in a South American meeting, but I will try. If someone don't understand what I will speak, please ask me. Just a second. I need to organize one thing before to share here. Okay, I think everything well now. Everyone can see? I think it's everything okay. If you can't hear me, please let me know. And okay, I saw. Oh, okay, thank you, Miguel. First, I want to thank the Universidade Mayor de San Andrés on behalf of Brian for invitation and the opportunity to speak with you. Brian is a brilliant friend whom I had the pleasure of meeting in Johannesburg at the BRICS Youth Summit. We've brought together young people from the Global South to discuss the energy agenda, the role and the vision of youth before the BRICS meeting in the same country. I have prepared a simple presentation to guide my through some points topics. I apologize if you don't understand my English, but I will try to share the incredible opportunity I experienced during the Nuclear Education Week. So, I'm Luiz, and I'm currently living in Paraíba, which is the north of Brazil. I don't know if everyone knows where is this state. And I have been working in the energy sector since 2020, when I was invited to work at INSA to develop a strategic agenda for the developing the new sustainable energy source for the Brazilian semi-arid region, and it's the INSA. And what is INSA actually? INSA, it's institute. Let me explain. The INSA is a National Institute of Semi-Arid research unit linked to the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, responsible for conducting basic and applied research to support the social and sustainable development of Brazilian Northeast, a region that still faces many challenges. Our areas of focus are water, food, and energy. We are located in the city of Campina Grande, in Paraíba. It's that region of Brazil. And I have a research center of laboratory, is that station, and develop new projects here, also in food, water, and nowadays energy. We create a strategic agenda I mentioned it, related to develop of the renewable energies in the region, with security research for the construction of a technological center that will serve of the Ruby. It's that project I want to explain a little bit more. What actually happened? We could receive to the ministry some research to building a technological center that will serve as a hub of develop and accelerator of research for academia to industrial and society, to ensure that this project would not become just another under-realized public center. We started to establish regional, national, and international connections, opening at the doors to institute of the new opportunities. It's interesting here what I want to show here. This Center of Renewable Energy Technology and Semi-arid region, we want to implement a center to apply technologies in Brazil. This center is focused to building a laboratory, a financial sustainable, and formation and training, the dissemination these technologies, and interaction between society and other actors in this platform. And we want to develop solar, wind, biogas, biofuel, and green hydrogen. And this center become also in an innovation hub of the energy sector when we develop this with a big company. I think someone know Eletrobras. This project contributes to the creation of a new technology based to develop challenges, to solve challenges into these companies, establish competence in this region operation. Okay. I talked a lot about INSA, but I want to talk more about this event, the Obninsk, the New Innovation, Nuclear Innovation Week. And to connect the INSA of the other international institutes, I've applied a lot of events to participate and internationalize the research, the INSA of other parts of the world. And I applied these events on my main goal is seeking solutions for international partners to address local problems. I had the privilege of being selected to participate in the new events that took place in Obninsk in Russia. Just to provide some context, Obninsk was where the world's first nuclear power plant was built 70 years ago. And Rosatom is one of the largest companies developing the products and technologies in this sector. It was one of best experience in my life because I've never been in Russia. And when I arrived in Russia, it was surprised at me how the country really want to really could develop very fast, because I don't know what do you think when you think in Russia, but Moscow, one example, Moscow is the second most secured city in the world. And Obninsk, it's like it's not a little, but as a medium city, what is near is close to Moscow, like 1 hour and a half. You can arrive, leave to Moscow, and you can arrive in 1 hour and a half from Obninsk. And It's the number of the events that at this event what had the opportunity to visit research and center and connect. I had the opportunity to participate in Nuclear Education Week, and this event held in Obninski, where the world's first nuclear power plants was celebrating the 7th anniversary to this first power plant. It was event with more than 4,400 people from the over 7 countries, represented countries, and an incredible opportunity to learn more about the technologies behind this unexplored energy search in Brazil. Is interesting because in Brazil we have our energy vector more than 90% of our energy is renewable energy, electric energy, and our structure, our matrix is less than 50% of the total energy in Brazil. It's renewable, but we haven't developed so much this energy vector. We have only Angra 1 and Angra 2 when we tried to develop Angra 3, but not happened yet. And this energy vector in Brazil, it's only 2% of the total energy in our country. So what this event was focused at: students, postgraduate, and young science. One point was interesting is because in this event I could see many African people and many Asian people, and not so much Latin people in one. It's I think it's one thing I understand we need to apply more for these events. I also participated in a plenary session when I discussed for the future on the young people and innovation careers. In addition to the cultural exchange, learning about the energy challenges and opportunities in different countries of the global south made me believe that this energy transition is increasingly driven by young people working in this market. And one of other it's me gathering out of some friends, some Asian friends, some African friends, but you can see here in this picture only Astrid is this girl which we can see here is Latin in this picture. And I think this picture only left two Latin persons. And what is my conclusion about this event? South America is little represented in the nuclear energy events. Why? It's because we not connect to other parts of the world. How can I say? Specifically in global south. What I mean, the South America every time try to connect more to North America and to Europe, and we don't have a good connection, or we don't have a good participation in events related to the global south. And we can apply and do and participate more for these events. How? And I will tell this in the end of my presentation. And what happens when we don't have a massive participation of the South America. We are prejudiced against the development of this energy vector in the nuclear vector, and there is a great interest to integrate South America into global agendas. And interesting with us, it is interesting for us because when I arrived from Russia or Obninski, every young people asked me why Brazilian people or South American people don't participate in this event, and how they can come here, because especially in Brazil, but I think it's not only in Brazil, these events represent our region. Here we will have G20, G20, and the COP 30 in Belém, and Belém is more close than you of the other parts of the Brazil. And I think this, especially this event, COP 30, is not a Brazilian event, but it's a South America event, and we need to appropriate of these events and enjoy to connect this region of the other regions, especially the global south, because we need to develop a good connections of these people, because we can't just attend the interests of the north-south, because we have the same challenge of some African countries, and we have the same challenge of Asian or other South countries, and it's urgent we connect of this. You connect to the young people in these events, because we are the responsible for the energy transition, and the nuclear. It's these events did me clear the nuclear energy is one of the most important vector of the energy transition, because we don't have the only one energy to do that. Like in Brazil, we have increasing a lot of the solar energy and wind energy, but this kind of energies is intermittent energies, and we don't have energy affordable if we only invest in this kind of energy. And the nuclear energy could be or other, how can I say, or support to the basis of this transition. If the same as we can talk about the gas, I don't know in English, but I think the gas is one of the most important energy vector, and we need to develop more this kind of is not only green hydrogen, it's not only solar energy, and it's not only wind power energy. We need to invest in all of this kind of, and we need to learn together of these other countries who can learn us how we can do that. The nuclear energy is one of this example, and other thing I need to invite you, and I don't know why this picture don't share with us, but what I want to finish the first part of my presentation, and again, sorry for my English, I didn't prepare a lot of to do that, but this event is the Nuclear Education Week, is one of the most important events in a ground of events will happen in Russia. And the main event is the youth young world youth world young energy, something like that. It's an event who meeting more than 10,000 youngers to visit Russia, and this QR code address you to you for you register and apply to this event. And it's interesting because if you apply in this event, and again, it's a college to the South American young people participate in these events. And if you pick up your cell phone and put in this QR code, you can apply for the event will happen in Russia. And this event, it's focused to gathering all of kind of young people what are you in the world. And there are many few fully funded tertiary, and you can receive that if you applied. And what the people the organization of this event told me we don't have a lot of young Latin people applied in this event, and the chance of you receive a few funded tertiary, it's very hard. It's very possible. And I want to open for some questions here, and only to finish my little presentation, I want to talk more about how we can enjoy these opportunities. And I will share here in the chats some links for you apply and you subscribe it, because it's an opportunity to you know more about the applications in and fully funded opportunities for us or young people go to these opportunities. And I will share some links here for you applying, and I think it's what I want to talk about. And if anyone have some questions, we can discuss here a little bit in the rest of the time. And I will share here some links for you here. Okay, there is a question here, like a comment. Brazil before in their history, and now with the BRICS, it's the line of development of renewable energy and nuclear energy for the other countries in South America. In Bolivia, we have also raw materials for nuclear transition. Thank you for presentation. Thank you, Miguel. And one important thing I want to discuss here, and how we can reach in the critical minerals. And it is one of the important things we need to discuss here, because I think in Amazonia, we have a lot of these critical materials. And if we don't know to take these opportunities, not to use that, but to organize this, because it's one discussion in Brazil. It's okay, we will extract, we will use these critical materials, and you deforestation the Amazonia. And I think we need to discuss how can take opportunities in a sustainable way to do that, because we can do this thing. We can do this opportunities, but we don't need to deforestation and to get out of these critical materials only to use. I think we can organize more, and you can get these critical materials day by day, and don't do that in a quickly way, you know. And I think is that if I will share my contacts here, and if anyone want to discuss more about these topics, it's a pleasure for me. Anyone have a question? Okay, I will share my contacts here, and if anyone wants to connect with me, okay. Guerrero?
Ricardo.
One?
I am Ricardo.
Oh, Ricardo. Hola.
Hello. From Brazil, yeah? You are from Brazil?
Yes, I'm from Brazil.
You are coming from Brazil, or you are in Russia, at the moment?
At the moment, no. At the moment, I'm in Brazil. I've been in Russia in September.
In September,
yes.
Yeah. A question, yeah. We are in Bolivia, very happy because the energy integration between the countries in South America. You are speaking about that, and the question is why Brazil, at the very front of the energy development, is not development plants, energy plants for the energy integration between our countries. For example, Bolivia have energy potential very high, on the installation of electricity potential exceeded our domestic consume. Because that we can export electricity to Brazil, to another countries of Mercosur. But at the moment, it's not in the plan of the Brazilian government this possibility that Bolivia can export electricity to Brazil and other countries of Mercosur. That is the question. Why do you think is it too very low, this energy planning in our continent, South America?
Good question, Ricardo, because this is one of the questions I've asked in some of my researches, and I think first I think our last government didn't want to do that, because the last government, the strategy of the last government was the bilateral and isolation Brazil of all other neighborhoods country. And I could talk about this kind of policies more, but I think if to clearly answer you what we can do for solve that. I think this government, this current government have more interest to connect the Brazil of all other neighborhood countries, and I think it's a Brazilian rule to develop this agreement, because it's our rule not only do a deal with other countries, but invest and support financial and technical this agenda, because Brazil could take opportunities to develop some part of regions what don't is integrate of our system, like Roraima. Roraima is an isolation system. What we don't have a solution in Brazil, but we could do that of other countries. It's one example. And other thing other question I think other thing I think we can develop, it's how we can do agreements to develop a technological innovation, because we are depends on the other technological development countries. And in Brazil is one Brazil have a lot of opportunities, but we don't take opportunities of these opportunities, and we can share of these opportunities of other countries, like how we can develop more infrastructure, energy infrastructure in Amazonia. We can discuss this with Bolivia or other countries. Just a second, and I need to change my phones. But to finish this question, and thank you for this question, Ricardo, I believe this government have a main agenda, and this agenda it's energy transition. And for do this agenda, we will need more to connect for the other countries like Bolivia or Venezuela. And I think we will see further. We will see in the future more this integrate system in other to Brazil and in other countries. And I think one thing is can be prejudiced with this. It's Brazilian don't yet see of the part of the South America. We discuss only the local agenda and the local issues, and we need to contribute of the Bolivian problems and the Venezuelan problems, and more than it's the Bolivian can help us to develop other kind of technologies, and we always try to see abroad what we have in this region, and we need to integrate more this region. And I think, how can I do that? Integrate the young people. It was we do that here. Thank you. We have two questions in the chats, but Monica raised your hand. Monica, you want to ask something?
Yes, you have talked about intermittent energy that we need for a reactor. And the question is, what influence does intermittent energy have on the energy vector that we need for the reactor? And why we don't have this intermittent energy?
Thank you for this question, Monica. And I don't know if I can explain this in English, but I will try. The energy system in Brazil is so interesting because we have wind power and solar power, and we have hydro power. And these energies are complement, because when you have rain, or hydropower system it's more have more energy to provide us. But in this moment, we don't have wind and solar energy, because in this periods we don't have a lot solar and a lot wind. So the Brazilian energy system have two curves: renewables wind power and solar power curve, and the hydropower curve. And it is what is more interesting in our system, is because when we don't have hydropowers, we have wind powers and solar powers. And when we don't have a lot of wind power and solar powers, we have hydropowers. But what we do when we don't have rain, or what we do when we don't have when we have El Nino or other climate change. And it's that my point. We need to develop other kind of system, like nuclear power system, to afford to guarantee the affordable and affordable energy and to the system. In Brazil, we have a connect system called National Integrate System. What the energy in Northwest, we can send this energy to the Southwest or the South. I don't know if everybody here knows about the black the apagão, the blackdown, the in Brazil, blackout, sorry, in Brazil. This blackout happening because of the system, because when we had a lot of renewable energies in the northern system, what break down the system in all parts of Brazil, in every parts of our system. It's because of this we need to develop also a little systems to guarantee the energy of the local system. And one thing important what I don't mention it here is why we didn't connect the Brazilian energy system of the other countries. We have a hard structure here to guarantee the energy of all other countries, and we will develop wind power and solar power a lot of in Brazil. We have a lot of plants, and we have planned a lot of power plants, a lot of solar and wind power plants. And I think we could provide this kind of energy. Thank you for your question, Monica. And I don't know if I could answer it properly, but I tried.
Yes, thank you.
One question in the chats, it's for your point of view and based on South America conditions, I would like to, with kind of energy do you think it's interesting to investigate and develop nowadays? I really believe in the gas. Just a second. Yes, gas is the same word. I really believe in the gas because I think the gas can be a energy transition. It's a vector transition. I talked about it with a friend of mine who have a company, an oil and gas company, and they try to change this system to oil from gas. And they told me interesting thing about the gas, and if we use the gas for this transition, we can leave the oil fastly, because it is the same extractor, is the same how can I say, is the same roadmap. The oil roadmap in some kind of energy vectors is the same of gas. other energy vector, I believe it's nuclear, but I think in the South America, unfortunately, it's don't will develop properly. Green hydrogen, I don't believe so much I don't believe so much it will be the main important energy vector. Actually, I believe the green power is just for export for Europe, but I don't know. It's my opinion. But we will need to develop also this energy. But if I can choose, I think gas, the South America, and especially in Brazil, solar and wind power, specifically offshore, we have a good opportunity to develop that. Paola, raise your hand, please. You want to ask it something?
Okay, thank you. Bueno, good evening, and thank you very much for your presentation and advices. My question is the following. What advice will you give to Latin American students who want to study science in Europe? And when you traveled to study in Russia, did you notice any difference between science students from Europe and other places in the world compared with American students? This, thank you.
Yes, actually, one thing I forgot to mention it here, it's the Obninsk Tech will launch in 3 or 4 months. I don't remember properly which month we will launch, and they are very interested to have more Latin students there, and it's one of the best universities what you can study, specifically in nuclear energy. And I think other example but it's not when I've been in Russia, but I received a Chinese delegation in INSA 2 weeks ago, and they very interested to bring more and more students there. Yangzhou University, I think so. And I think we need to open our minds of other kinds of and other opportunities in other part of the world. We have good schools and good universities in South Korea and China, Russia, India, and yes, we like and we want to study in Europe or United States, but I think if we find out, if we looking for more this kind of opportunities, we can find out more we can find easier opportunities in these countries, what they hands arms open to receive us. And thank you for your question, Paola. Other question in the chat, please take care about current possibility about exporting electricity Bolivian to Brazil, especially to the Amazon states and a bigger border between the long. Ricardo, it's a good question, and I will give you an example. We have a company called Nueva. This company provide the energy, I think, of our part of the Brazil, especially in the north. And when they thought more about how they could provide the energy in Roraima, they found interesting. Sorry, I remind this case, and I forgot what are you speak here, but Eneva. How they provided the energy from Roraima on the road. They put the gas on the truckers, and this energy come to, I didn't remember, I think Acre or some part of this region, or Bolivia, I think so. And on the road, this they provided the gas from Roraima. And what I mean, if we have the tools to do that, I understood what you asked here. It's a challenge to do that. We have 3,000 kilometers to run for provide this. But I think if we have a policies interest, we have all of we need to do for that. And I think if we will do a deal with to provide this, we can do that to using the public research to invest in this system. And sorry, I'm very tired today, and sorry for don't give for you a best answer, but I really I'm really glad to talk with you, because I think we South American need to discuss more about our challenges and our opportunities and how we can do it together. And if anyone here wants to discuss more about it, I have a project in Brazil who connects the Brazilian young people to discuss the main subjects of the energy sector. And if anyone here wants to discuss more about this kind of challenges and opportunities with Brazilian people in Spanish, no problem, or in English, we can do that together, and more and more and more and more. Thank you so much.
Liz, we want to express our gratitude for your presentation. It was very productive. We look forward to your participation in future events. Well, have a great week, Luis. Until next time.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, Luis. Chicos, tendremos un pequeño receso hasta las 8 p.m. para dar lugar a lo que es la siguiente ponencia. Por favor, esperen un ratito.